Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all people to this convention, the first national convention. Actually, it should be international convention because the participants are not only from India, but all over the world. And Agarwood fragrance cannot be held back in a room, no boundaries. So first of all, this is a serious convention on Oudh tree or Agarwood, Dragonwood or aloes wood. These are the names by which it is commonly known to different parts of the world. If you see the Bible, the word aloes wood is used there than Oudh. Oudh is a common word used in Arab land, and the Arabs for time immemorial have been used this wood as a perfume to remove any bad odor from their room. It is not only as a perfume individually is used, but also for removing the odor from a room itself. Now, what is the purpose of Agarwood? All of you know that, that's why you all are here. It is a wood, a tree which is super soft. As the keynote address will be delivered by Mr. Nafel, he will tell you the benefits of Agarwood, the characteristics of Agarwood, and how it can transform your pockets as a matter of fact, plus the ecology of the area, make it a greener place to stay. Now I speak about Agarwood. Now how Agarwood can do this? Agarwood has no boundaries, I said. It knows no religion, no language, no caste, nothing. No language barrier. Let the fragrance of this particular divine wood move away all the differences. Let us all be united as one community, one India, one state, Kerala. That should be the goal of all of us. And let Agarwood do the main or catalyst or main person to do that, main individual to do that. Okay, now coming to few things which are very relevant to Agarwood. You know the state of Kerala heavily depend upon plantation crops. If the last 60 to 70 years, Kerala has been finding economic growth through rubber plantation, cardamom, coffee, pepper, and tea. I myself and my family were involved, or is still involved in rubber and cardamom and others. But today, these particular crops, the cash crops, are no more much valuable. Due to various reasons, which I won't go into it. But Agarwood can change the scene. Yesterday, I saw a small miracle. I let it call miracle because Shamsuddin had shown to the world that a 3-year-old tree can be inoculated, and within 3 months, the tree is able to create resins. Now that is a fantastic result. And that gives confidence and strength to our belief, our efforts, that Agarwood can be reasonably a good thing. The only one word of caution I have got to all of you, or rather all of us, that the expectations are too high from the tree. As this is used by Middle East people and the perfume makers of Europe in large quantity. Of late, Europe has realized the value of Agarwood, Oudh. Till now, they were using only chemical-based perfumes from various synthetic things. But today, the leading perfumeries are using Oudh as a base for making perfumes. All of you know about that, I'm just telling you that. Okay, having said that, the most important question for it is, a market mechanism is all known to you. The demand is too high, supply is short, the cost of items shoot up. We all know about that. It's a simple theory what we see every day in the market. You see today, a simple thing called Nyalipuan, Padam. It costs 90 rupees per kilogram in Cochin. Why? The demand for that has gone too high, exponentially high. And the arrivals are very less. Similarly, Agarwood plants, when become more commonplace in the state, you will find the prices may not be that good or that expected as you are expecting now. So don't get disheartened. It will definitely give you yield, but don't expect a huge amount of money to come from Agarwood. That should be enough from part of me as a presidential address on this occasion. I'll come to the panelists. You should be more eagerly waiting for them to speak and clarify all your doubts. Towards the end of the discussion, you can ask question and be free to ask whatever you have got to ask, and let you be happy and satisfied when you leave this pavilion. First person is, I said about the keynote address is by Mr. M.N.M. Nafeel. He is a managing director of CEO of Nikemi of a company in Ceylon, and is also the representative of Demira, a German company. And he is involved in Agarwood in a large quantity. He also has got the technical knowledge, which he has spoken 2014 in Shamsuddin's one of this thing regarding Agarwood's future. So he will speak at length, followed by other people. The next person is, I'll request the panelists to get up and stand for a few seconds to show who he is. Okay, you don't have to get up. Okay, this is Mr. M.M. Nafeel, M.N.M. Nafeel, who will be the one who will be delivering the keynote address. Thank you, sir. Mohammed Rais. Yeah. He is MD nylon-coated abrasives from Malaysia. He is heavily into Agarwood. Incidentally, I have a close relationship with Malaysia. I used to work in the Malaysian naval ship, carrying very many things like sand and all that from Australia to Japan and all that. They were done by a Malaysian company, Alam group of companies. And I used to stay in Malaysia for a long time as one of the maritime or mariner of Malaysia. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Next would be Mr. Dr. M.G. Mallikarjun Swamy. Please, sir. He himself has already told that he'll be chairing a technical thing himself. He's a scientist from Kerala Forest Research Institute at Peachy, KFRI. I visited that place also on some other occasion. They do seminal research on various plants which can yield benefit to the people at large, the society. Dr. K. Radhakrishnan, Senior Scientist, State Medical Plant Board, Kerala. Thank you, sir. He will also speak about the Agarwood and its various characteristics, and he will also continue the discussion when you ask questions. Dr. Ramesh, Associate Professor, thank you, sir, Biodiversity Board. He is also a gentleman who is into Agarwood. Biodiversity itself means a lot. That means multi-cropping and multi-cultivation, which is a need of the day. You have coconut trees, you have plantain leaf, Kerala banana, plus agarwood, and also a mango tree. So that makes the land to yield more than what normally is supposed to yield. Busman Aspega. He is a gentleman from Indonesia. We could tell him, or we call him as the Shamsuddin of Indonesia, or vice versa. He is the head of the Agarwood Farmers Association of Indonesia. Incidentally, I visited Indonesia 2 times. They are wonderful people, very nice and very friendly. And he also knows various aspects of Agarwood cultivation, plus producing of the Oudh extracts. Ansuman Islari from Assam. There you are. He is a man who has got a large holding of Agarwood trees. As old as 25 years? That's it, 25 years. I am invited to see his plantation, which I will visit, not immediately, but later on. Incidentally, he is from Bodo land. You ever heard of Bodo land? Bodo land. You are all Indians, you don't know, I know it. And he is from Bodo land. And the planter and the entrepreneur, and he is very keen about this Agarwood, so much so, he was behind Agarwood and behind Shamsuddin to get him to Assam. And ultimately, his mission succeeded. I want to thank him and applaud him on his success. Thank you. There is a gentleman called Ziad from Sri Lanka. Where is Ziad from Sri Lanka? You are sitting there? Okay. Okay, Siddharth. Siddharth himself is also a person got enchanted with Agarwood. Actual profession is different, but Agarwood has made him a part of his body. Thank you, sir. Next is Viketa Sumi. He is from Nagaland. So you can imagine the multi-faceted face of Agarwood. It is Assam, Nagaland, every part of the country. And he is into agribusiness. I wish him a fruitful and beneficial association with AWK and Shamsuddin and Agarwood in particular. Thank you, sir. It will be incomplete and ungrateful on me part if I don't tell a few words on Shamsuddin himself. He's a doctorate, a person of great value to the extent that he has made all of us to come together on a useful, a purposeful, beneficial purpose, aim. Today we all sit here from different walks of life, either retired or retiring or few years to retire, all come here with the only singular purpose or aim to get hold of the know-how of planting and creating value-added stuff from Agarwood or Aloeswood. And Shamsuddin in the last 20 years or 2 decades had been behind Aloeswood. Ultimately, Aloeswood succumbed to his love, affection, and perseverance of his part, or accepted, yes, I am your slave. I remember about the Arab story about that genie. You know, genie and that small matka. There is a jar in which a genie was there. When the jar's cover was taken, the genie came out. He says, Master, what I shall do for you? So he opened the big matka. The genie called Agarwood came out and said, Master, I am your servant. I am going to deliver whatever you ask for. So he is the person who has opened the jar with the genie of Agarwood. So I'll call him, he's a miracle man on that. I hope you understand the story behind it. As a child, you should have learned this story in your school days. Typically associated with the Middle East, Arabs, where genie comes out of the jar and become a slave of the person who opened the jar first time. I hope you understood the story, all of you? Understood? So Agarwood is the genie and master is Lord Shamsuddin. So I compare with him as a miracle man, and I want to thank him wholeheartedly, and also thankful to AWK for having given me an opportunity to speak to you and interact with all these people who are people of out-of-box thinking. I am taking the sentences spoken by no less than by Eminem Nafil. Yesterday you spoke that, and now I have the honorable pleasure to invite Mr. Eminem Nafil to give a keynote address. Thank you, gentlemen, and Jai Hind.